This week I filmed an insane deer fight, marsh harriers hunting, waders of all shapes and sizes, and I also found 4 new species for my quest to find every animal in the UK. I started in Bushy Park. We'll get to the deer battle in just a minute, but first I've got some other bits to show you from this day. I thought this was quite cool to capture, this squirrel eating mushrooms. I knew they did this, but I've never actually seen it myself. They eat several varieties, including some that would be deadly to humans, such as the death cap mushroom, which hardly sounds delicious. I also saw this fallow deer eating bark. This is something they do mainly in winter, when other food is scarce.
Delicious!
Next up, I saw this little egret looking for some fish. You can really get a good look at this guy's feet here. That is a dinosaur's foot. Birds definitely have some of the craziest foot activity in the animal kingdom. He did eventually catch one, but had some trouble eating it as there was a stick in his way, so the poor fish got chomped over and over instead of just being swallowed straight down. As I mentioned earlier, I'm finding every animal in the UK. But I'm not just doing it to have a laugh, no sir. My ultimate goal in life is to buy a massive piece of land for me and my family and then to rewild it, to create a haven for all of the animals that I love so much. So I'm doing everything I can to improve and grow this channel until it hopefully in future can help to fund this dream. If you would like to see me achieve my goal, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing or becoming a channel member, as this would get me one step closer to turning my dream into reality. See if you can spot the 2 gulls that are different from the rest. I'm pretty sure they're common gulls, which is a new species for the quest. I'm not 100% sure though, so let me know if you think they could be something else. Right, time for the deer battle. I was sitting down looking for birds when this ruckus kicked off behind me, so it took me by surprise. It was mainly between 2 stags, but a third one gets involved at a few different points too. This is probably my best action footage that I've ever filmed, so I'll shut up now and let you enjoy it. But see if you can guess which one will win between Spotty Butt and Not So Spotty Butt. Well, that was intense, eh? And well done if you guessed not so spotty butt. On the way home from the first day of searching for creatures, I spotted this redwing and got my best shots of this species yet. I nearly didn't bother trying to get my camera out of my bag, as I was convinced it would fly off before I managed to, as it was quite close by. Sometimes animals do play along, which is always nice. Next up, I've got some incredible birds to show you in Kent, featuring 3 more new species for the quest. The first place I went to was Marshes, and it was insanely windy, so I won't torture your ears with any of the audio from this day. I saw quite a lot of cool birds here, including these spoonbills. This was only my second time seeing these crazy creatures, so I was super happy to have another look at them. This one on the right decided to experiment with being a vegetarian, but quickly decided that it wasn't for them. I also saw this great black-backed gull doing something weird. These are the largest gulls in the world and have a wingspan of up to 5'7", which is absolutely huge and considerably bigger than many birds of prey, including buzzards who have a wingspan of around 4 feet. This really was an awesome spot. Just check out this scene. There's great crested grebes, avocets, teal and redshank all together. It doesn't get much more exciting than that. Later that day, I went to the coast near Whitstable and quickly spotted these turnstone. They seemed a lot tamer than most birds, so I was able to get some good shots of them looking for food, having a wash, playing in the sea, finding food and collecting shells. A few of them were mixed up with this group of oyster catchers, which I always enjoy seeing, and I'd never seen so many in one spot before. My face had nearly blown off my head by this point, so I called it a day and went back in the morning for another look. Good morning, I've come down to the beach I was at yesterday. I didn't do any talking or commentary yesterday because the wind was howling. It was all I could do just to be outside, let alone talk. And all you would have heard was anyway, so I left that. Yeah, the tide's way out now, so it probably will make it a little bit harder to spot stuff. But there's supposed to be loads of birds that I need to find down this little stretch of coast. So hopefully I'll get lucky. Right, so I'm pretty sure these are sandalin. There's one there. And one here, and that'll be a new species. I'm sure that's a sandalin. That one definitely is. The first one might not have been actually. Wow, that's an awesome bird. New species. This is called Brent Goose or I'll look it up. So yeah, that is Brent Goose over there. So that's 2 new species this morning. Awesome. Well happy with that. There's a few others I can find down here, like purple sandpiper and snow bunting would be super cool. But 2 new species. Well happy. For the last part of my trip, I decided to go back to Marshes as it was so good the first time. And it certainly didn't disappoint this time either, and even provided me with a new bird of prey species for the quest. I started off by seeing similar birds to the first visit, and I also saw this swan absolutely hot stepping into the lake upon landing.
Here come the hot stepper. I'm the lyrical gangster. Big up the crew in the area.
When I got to the first hide, I was treated to an incredible display from this marsh harrier that was drifting above the reeds looking for prey. This is another good moment for me to be quiet so you can enjoy this crispy footage. That was awesome. I just got some amazing shots of a marsh harrier. Definitely my best shots ever. Saw it drop down to catch something as well, so really hope you enjoy seeing them. That was awesome. I also saw this bird of prey from the same hide, but I'm not completely sure what it is. I think it's probably a hen harrier because of the white patch above the tail. If you think you know for sure though, please let me know down below. Don't be a sparrowhawk. Might be a sparrowhawk. Please be a sparrowhawk. That'd be so good if that was a sparrowhawk, please. I won't be able to tell until I zoom in on it later. It's nowhere near big enough to be a marsh harrier. It's not a buzzard, it's not a kestrel. Please be a sparrowhawk. I spoke to a guy who pointed out this snipe for me. You really do need expert level bird watching eyes to spot these guys by yourself. I just want to say a quick thank you to you all for joining me on this quest this year. I really appreciate every single one of you that watch these videos. I feel like I've made a great start finding 150 different species since April, but obviously there's still a lot left, including some incredible animals that I can't wait to track down and show you in 2025. I hope you've all had awesome years and that just maybe I've inspired you to spend more time in nature next year looking for some creatures yourself. Let me know in the comments what your favourite animal that I found this year was, as well as what you'd like to see next year. Thank you again, you lovely bunch of people. See you in the next one.